Hey everyone, welcome back, and today we got kind of a new one. I don't think we've reviewed any of these before. Today we'll be taking a look at the SLx 10x42mm and GLx 10x42mm binoculars from Primary Arms. And hopefully after you see this, you're not going to want the trash they have over at Cabela's. All right, let's get moving. So right off the bat, you may be wondering why I'm showing you binoculars when we've got all sorts of other craziness, from night vision to scopes to just other piles of cool gear. And I think a good pair of binoculars really gets overlooked when you start putting together all your kit. Like if there's something out in the distance, you don't necessarily want to have to go get your rifle and then look through your scope to see what it is. And I'm not sure why I don't share it more, but I use the hell out of binoculars, from trips with my family, zeroing optics, archery, hiking. I would say I have a set of binoculars on a bag or pack along with me every time I go out. But the binoculars I've used have all been like reasonably okay, like, I don't know, they're just not anything special. I started with some ultra cheap Redfield Rebels that I've probably used for like 10 years now. $2,000 for binoculars? Yeah, that's gonna be a hot pass from me. And what's crazy is the Primary Arms binoculars we're looking at today are winning all sorts of awards, even when they're compared against some of the big boys. All with the SLx at an entry-level price point near to that Redfield at like $150. And then you have the GLx at like $250. So you have this absolutely monumental difference in price and very, very small difference in functionality. I'm starting to think that those brown, like, old man vests, like, they come with expensive binoculars. It's weird. But I want you to realize that for me to take the time to make a video about binoculars, there's probably something pretty awesome going on here that you should know about. So let's get on with it. And this next part I always think about removing. So let me know down in the comments if you actually like this bit or not. But let's go into the unboxing and see everything that comes with the actual binoculars. And if we need to remove this part.
All right, so here's our actual GLx box. We'll just do this one since it's a little bit fancier. Is there anything on the side? No. Oh, okay, over here, there's some of the different specs and stuff. There's like our eye relief and our weight and all that kind of stuff if you want to pause here and take a look at that. But let's get this box open and see what all comes in here. So first off, okay, let's get this out first. What is this? This is the little shoulder strap that connects into the actual binoculars. We'll connect that up later. Pulling this out, looks like we have a bag and instructions. Let's see what's in the actual instructions first. It's only like a couple pages, so that's good. Yeah, here's how to use binoculars, which I'm sure all of you can do. How to connect up the neck strap if you want to use that. How to remove the caps. This is all really easy. Just make sure to follow this to actually set it up correctly and don't complain about it not being in focus when you didn't read the instructions. Here's the black case it all came in. I don't know if I love this. It's not the nicest. It's okay. Velcro, kind of loud. You see some nicer ones that have like magnets when you actually hunt with them, but it's fine. Probably just won't use it at all. Okay, here's actual binoculars. So these GLx look pretty nice. The housing looks good. We'll do a closer comparison between the SLx and the GLx when we go further down the video. But if you just want to see how they look straight out of the case, this is what they look like with the caps and everything on them. And then on the rear here, you can kind of see that GLx logo. Again, though, we'll compare some of these specs as we go through the comparison between the two different versions. Oh, I almost forgot. There is a cleaning cloth hidden in the bottom of the bag in case you needed it.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've really learned to kind of hate the included bag, and I really like a Badlands rig, or just use the shoulder strap that comes with it. In reality, the binoculars aren't brain damagingly expensive, so I can just throw them in a pack and not really worry about it. But let's see some of the features up close, and I really do think that the GLx has some significant improvements over the SLx version for just that small increase in price, but I really want you to be the judge, so let's show them side by side and then you can make that determination for yourself. Now first off, the GLx has a slightly larger shoulder strap than the SLx. It's not massive or nor really a reason to upgrade, but the GLx strap is nicer. Now let's remove the caps off these. They both come with the same ones if you're wondering. There's no difference between the models. For the caps, I don't entirely love them, but I don't love most caps, but I don't know, they work. It's fine. Don't stress about it. Moving to the housing itself, we see the SLx on the left and GLx on the right. Now you'll immediately notice that the GLx has a lot of nicer finishes and knurlings on all the controls. The GLx housing itself seems more beefy, along with having a raised and textured center bridge that the SLx just doesn't have. But yeah, looking at the housings, nothing is mind-bogglingly different. But I want you to see how there's like 100 different tiny improvements on the GLx over the SLx for just a little bit more money. Looking at the front of the housings, they're almost identical. I certainly couldn't tell them apart, and they both have the same center primary arms logo. Moving to the focus knob, we see the GLx has a nice knurled focusing ring. Rotating them both, they feel exactly the same, but the added grip and the larger barrel just makes the GLx feel easier to get a cleaner image. Next we have our diopter, and the SLx just has a basic diopter adjustment. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a little small, nothing to rave about, but it works perfectly. The GLx diopter ring is widened to be about the width of your fingers, with the same knurling we saw in the focus ring. I again feel like they're about the same, but the GLx is easier to get a finer, fast adjustment due to the improved ergonomics. Are you needing to do fast diopter adjustments? Well, probably no, but you could. Looking at the eye cups, we see some different designs, but the same function between both sets of binoculars. The caps have locking positions where you rotate, and the eye cups rest in each locked position. My GLx has seen some range days already, so it's got some nice dirt and grit in there. And I'm betting you can't hear it over this ridiculously annoying wind, but I should definitely clean this out. The GLx has 2 additional positions that it locks into, and the SLx has like 2.5-ish. And to get the best viewing capability, just take the eye cups all the way out, unless you're wearing like shooting glasses or reading glasses or whatever, and then adjust accordingly so you can get that same distance to your eye. And yeah, you can also connect your shoulder strap in, and it's done the same way on both sets of binoculars. Just make sure to lock in the strap so it doesn't fall off. And we may have accidentally broken a mic at SHOT Show by not paying attention to this, so just make sure it's all secured down before you go anywhere with it. But let's move on to the good stuff and go test out some glass clarity. Here, let's start with the SLx binos. I found this quality to be acceptable. Acceptable for $150 for sure. At about 500 yards, I can see all right, and I'm seeing the performance I would expect from a budget tier of binoculars. These would work functionally fine and would be great to throw in a bag and not have to worry about losing them or breaking them. For $150, they'd be easy to just replace. Here, I'll take a look at the house at 930 yards so you can get an idea of how that looks through the SLx also. There is some glass fidelity, but the edges aren't extremely clean. It's impressive and functional for the price for sure though. So the SLx is cool. I like that it's just cheap and a functional set of binoculars. And it's not so expensive. It doesn't require me to wear a hat with a metal clasp. No thanks. But let's see what we get with the GLx when we move up a tier. And just remember, in the world of binocular dumbness pricing, that this is almost nothing in terms of price difference. Now with the GLx, I found the image fidelity jumped up significantly. It can be subtle for sure, and I'm hoping the difference is translating over my recording media. But you look out past 400 or 500 yards, you start to see a pretty massive difference in the optical quality of the GLx over the SLx. And for a $250 price point, you're suddenly getting a massive bang for the buck. Here, I'll overlay the same image from our SLx and look out at our house out at 930 yards. The GLx just makes a much more crisp image that is easily to see details at range. And here, I'll just throw in some more footage of them side by side, then you can decide what you want and if you want to spend a few more bucks or just save them. If you ask me, I like the GLx significantly better. And I do want to say that the image quality of the GLx binoculars was really one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video for you. Hearing that Primary Arms was winning awards with these binoculars at a $250 price point absolutely did not surprise me. So take a look at the Primary Arms 10x42 binoculars in the SLx and GLx line if you really need some amazing binoculars for your hunting, fishing, range, and everything else time. But I'd really just focus your attention on the GLx binoculars as you really get twice the functionality for just a little bit more. Oh, wait, we didn't do any pros and cons. Pro, you really get an amazing little set of binoculars without breaking the bank. Con, you probably didn't spend enough money to get to wear a turtleneck. Sorry. But I do hope this review of the primary arms binoculars was helpful in your purchasing decisions. Now, I need you all to reach out and help me bother them so they add like a mill grid in the PLX version. As we come to an end, I want to say thanks to all of our YouTube and Patreon members. Your continued support is what keeps this channel alive, and we love having you as part of the TLD family. And I want to say thanks to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes. Good grief, I almost even said it fine, and then the stupid wind started going crazy. I want to say thanks to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes. We're going to just do it over the wind. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite binocular brand is. But if you say that stupid Diamond Company, everyone else should slap you. All right, everyone, wash out. Good thing it's not annoyingly windy today. God, that would be frustrating, wouldn't it? Ugh. All right. Later.